So Craig, let's crack on again, mate. So basically what it is, mate, yesterday I think everybody was growling, everybody was like screaming at you about Scotty G and whatnot. Today's another day, innit? So let's talk about it today. So Jimmy said he doesn't want to have nothing to do with it unless you want to fight him. And to be honest with you, with the belly you got on you, my mate, you're not going to fight him, are you? You know? So just call it a truce, man. He's a good guy, he is. So just be nice to him, Craig. Maybe fucking have a little chat with him on the side and apologise to him as well, do you know what I mean? Because it's all gone a bit apeshit, hasn't it? So basically, yeah, I just wanted to give my opinion, mate, and all of it. I'm going to give you an opinion on Bobby. Bobby, he's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. He's a trier. He's been doing it for how long? He's a trier, I'll give him that. He's not a bad sort of fella, you know. He does look like a lunatic sometimes when he comes on. Do you know what I mean? When he looks like, the other night when he looked like Barcode, he looked like bag in trouble. But besides that, do you know what I mean? He's not a bad fella. Rachel's a bit, she can be a bit bitchy, can't she? Because the other night, let's have it right, it was her and the other dippy bitch that started all it off, didn't you, with Scotty G. And also you, Craig, like sticking your fingers up behind him and all that. So now let's get on to Scotty G. Scotty G is a damaged man, mate. It looks like to me that he's lost everybody in his family and he's just struggling. I mean, if you see pictures of him going back 5 years ago to now, you'll see the difference. As for the drugs he takes, it's basically fucking pre-gambling, isn't it? It's a new form of diazepam, I believe. To be honest with you, I've took every drug going on this planet, mate. I'm 52 years old and I'm still here. I've knocked all the class A's out. All I do now is smoke my joints and I'm quite happy with that, mate, to be honest with you. Yeah, and as for you coming out with that you took crack before, I was quite amazed at that, Craig. But you know what, you remind me of a mate of mine back in the day. He was a bit like you. He was a single child and he was a bit spoiled and very opinionated and always had to take lead. Narcissist, in other words, Craig, I'm sorry to say. Right, let's get on to who else? Scotch Egg is just a spare part in it, let's have it right, mate. You verbally abuse the guy on a regular. Every time he gets hit off somebody on a phone and you're laughing your head off, and that laugh is a bit like evil, Craig, to be honest with you, mate. He's supposed to be your mate and you proper milk him, didn't you? Scotch Egg, mate, you got to liven yourself up and get away from Craig, to be honest with you, because he's going to go down the shitter any soon. I hope not, to be honest with you, Craig, because you have done some decent material. Let me give you an opinion on Decker Heggie. I've watched Decker Heggie from day one, mate. He conned me into thinking he was a nice guy at this first light, you know, when I first started watching him. And then realised he was a proper nonce after he said about 11-year-old. I thought straight away from there, this guy's a full-on fucking nonce about slapping a bird's ass. No, you tried to get in there and fucking do her in there, mate, because you was off your nut on Charlie and fucking steroids. The guy is a proper danger. The place where he is now is the best place he could be, mate, for the sake of everyone around him. Do you know what I mean? I bet his family's having a right good break from him, thinking, yes, what a touch in a way, do you know what I mean? Because they know where he is, they know he ain't doing no harm, and they know nobody can get to him, so I bet they're quite happy about that. Let's go on to Martin. Fucking Martin the dickhead, mate. So Martin's just a proper lamp, really. Let's have it right. He's a trier. He's trying around a pound note and he thinks this is the way about going round about it. He's not going to work, mate. People don't like him. You know, there's proof out there that he's con people, you know what I mean? So how are people going to fucking get onto his channel and support him and whatever else? It's not going to happen. He's just a total and utter disaster, the fella. You know, who fucking invites a nonce to come over and live with them? You know what I mean? You don't do that. Anybody with a sound mind would not do that. You'd either, put him in a hotel or put him in a shed somewhere, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have him in your house and then fuck off for days and leave him there with your missus and your children, knowing what he knows, because he must have watched YouTube, do you know what I mean, and realised what the fuck Decker was. The guy is a fucking absolute and utter melt, mate, do you know what I mean? So it's just that he's going to die out and he won't be lasting long, mate, because he's a piece of shit and let's have it right. And then jumping on Scotty he jumped on Scotty's thing, didn't he? Saying, oh, it's bullying, the man's got mental health problems, he takes drugs for this and that. Listen, he's just climbing on to anything and everything he can just to fucking make himself a name, the silly cunt. But let's have it right, it ain't going to work for him. Who else do we know now? Who else do I know about, really? Decker, I mean, the guy's a complete and utter pervert, if you ask me, mate. I really think that, because, like I said, I've watched it from day one. I've watched Humble Dryer, I've watched Paddy Conroy. Paddy Conroy's another nonce, mate. He won't come out and say it, but he's a nonce. Believe me, that guy, there's something really dark and shady about him. You know what I mean? I can sell in his aura that there's something really dark about him. Anyways, who else is there that I can talk about? I think that's about it, mate. So yeah, I'll let all you lot decide. But I'm going to make a channel of this myself, and I'm going to monetize it, and I'm trying to get something out of it, mate, to be honest with you. You know, if it's an earner, it's an earner. I'll try and do it, why not, mate? I'm 53 years old. My partner's disabled. I have to look after her. We've been together for 53, we've been together since we was 14 years old. So you work it out, 39 years we've been together. It's a long old time, mate. Anyways, I'll leave it at that, guys. That's another thing, people who go, yes, guys, we'll leave it at that, guys. Oh my God, what a cringe fest that is, isn't it? Anyways, laters. That's